Some people change when they see the light, others when they feel the heat. I will never forget the day I finally felt the heat. It was the 1st of September 2013, and I stepped onto the scale. I saw a number that I never thought I would see, 100. I had officially entered the triple digits. I don't know why I was particularly shocked to see this number, because up until this point, I had been doing everything right to get there. I have struggled with my weight for all of my life. It's a hard thing for me to admit to myself, let alone to all of you sitting here, that my issues with my weight have consumed and affected almost each and every area of my life. And I can't look back and think of a time when they didn't. I remember being 13 and wishing, if I could just lose 5 kilos. 13. That's a bit sad if you think about it. All I ever wanted was to feel approved and accepted by those around me. I wanted desperately to be liked. It has taken me many, many years to realize that approval and acceptance starts from within, and that whether people like me or not bears very little weight on my self-worth. But try telling that to 13-year-old me. She wasn't having that. She was having a burger with extra fries. And that's how I turned to food for comfort, because food is actually really approving, and it's really accepting of me, and it really, really likes me. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Hermien Elago, and I am a recovering emotional eater. My genetic disposition didn't help much either. I come from a family of strong, ambitious, driven women with larger-than-life personalities and larger, full stop. And growing up, those aunties around me always made it a point to let me know that it's in your genes. There's nothing you can do about it. You will never change. This is how it's always going to be. And so I accepted that maybe this is just my lot in life, that there really was nothing that I'd ever be able to do about it, that I would always feel uncomfortable in my own skin, and that there was nothing I could do. That is, until the 1st of September 2013. When I looked at that number, I thought to myself, what if for once I started and did not quit? What if I went against every single one of those negative words that were spoken over me? And what if I went really, really deep inside and gathered up just enough courage to change? And so I did. And I'm glad that I did, because doing so led to great adventure, and it led to great discovery. I discovered that on the other side of courage lies freedom, and no longer feeling imprisoned and enslaved in my own body. I discovered that on the other side of courage lies strength, more strength than I knew I had within me. I discovered that on the other side of courage lies purpose and destiny, and being able to do those things that you've always, always wanted. And as I went about discovering, I learned a couple of lessons. I learned the importance of developing stick-to-itiveness. I didn't make this word up. Webster's dictionary describes this as the ability for somebody to keep on doing something, no matter how uncomfortable or unpleasant it may be. I also had to get a little bit gritty. And grit is really, really similar to stick-to-itiveness, but it's continuing even in the face of obstacles, even in the face of trials, and even in the face of challenges, because the goals that you're going for are so much more important than having to climb over those obstacles. And this was, I think, the hardest lesson for me to learn. I had to come to terms with the fact that Superman was not coming to save me, and I had to save myself. I had to learn how to be my own hero, and that meant that nobody else in this world should believe in me more than me, or should be cheering for me louder than I was cheering for myself. The Army has a saying, embrace the suck. And basically what that means is it sucks waking up at 4:30 in the morning to work out. And it sucks having broccoli and chicken breast instead of having a burger most of the time. And it sucks continuing to do those things in the pursuit of your goals, but that you continue to do it regardless. And finally, I had to learn how to fall forward, because being human means that I was going to make mistakes and that I wasn't always going to get it right, but to just keep going regardless. And I've been going ever since that day. I've still been going, and that's because I've understood that it's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay not to get it perfectly. It's just not okay to quit, and it's not okay to stop. And the idea is still sinking in, that after all this time, I was looking for change in pills and in potions, in quick fixes, and in shakes, when all I ever needed to do was to go within and gather up just enough courage to change.